Ooh. Is this stream on? Hello? Did you hear the new Kendrick album? Nope. I don't listen to music from pop culture. No, I just haven't listened. Why, is it super awesome? It's a mixed bag. Okay. Why didn't you like jazz in music school? Without diving too deeply into studying art forms, bro, the aggressive ad set on YouTube is cancer. I've never said aggressive in my entire life, okay? That's Boner Box. I always set it to medium, wherever it normally is. One thing I don't like about a lot of art school stuff is it feels like when they teach art, they have a very hard time making things relevant to contemporary audiences. So for jazz and stuff, it was like, yeah, you learn the history of jazz stuff, and then you just learn all the older shit. And it's like, okay, well, teach me to gig, okay? Make it like relevant to today. And it's funny, I guess, in listening to a lot of the complaints that artists have, where like a kid will. This is one of the most common complaints I've heard. Now, maybe this doesn't apply to all art schools, so don't overgeneralize. But a really common complaint I hear from people is they watch like anime or they read manga, and then they go to school and they're like, oh shit, like I wonder how to like draw stuff like this. Like it's so cool. And then when you go there, the people are super, like they will beat out of you any kind of contemporary, any kind of like art stuff like that. And they just want to teach you, like the proper, and not just like, here's the foundational stuff that you work towards that, but just people, it feels like people don't try to make a lot of the artistic stuff that you learn in school relevant to today. That's the feeling I have, but I don't know, maybe that's just like limited in terms of the people that say it. Like my experience is limited there from people that say that, or yeah, I don't know. Did you have difficulty with this? Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, because I wasn't a huge fan of jazz. But there would be issues where you would have students who were like third or fourth year performance majors who didn't know how to play contemporary stuff. Like, you could take a guy who's a third or fourth year performance major, who's a very, very, very good player. They do all their recitals well, they get good remarks from other professors, they play on ensembles. But if you were to give them like, hey, here's like 20 charts, we're going to go gig. And by charts, I mean like very contemporary shit. They would be like, what? They would be able to do it. Do you not like how lead sheets for jazz don't provide the ensemble with a full song? Is improving your issue or just the vibe? I don't know semantically what you're trying to say there. Or I don't know what do you not like how lead sheets for jazz don't provide the ensemble with a full song? I meant improvising. Is improvising your issue or just the vibe? I love improvising. Everything I do is improv. I just am not a big fan of like jazz. I shouldn't even say this. This is such a crime that I'm saying this. And it was, I want to call her Zelia. That's not her name. Zelia Zenia. No, fuck. What was her name? Oh my God. Ziana. If she ever heard me say it, she would kill me. But like jazz harmony in general, or like the chord progressions or whatnot, I'm just not usually like the biggest fan of those movements, I guess. Yeah. Medicine is the same way. They spend a lot of time in med school teaching you about the history of medicine and physical exam findings that no one has cared about in 30 plus years. Because tech has gotten so much better, we now just get an X-ray, CT, MRI, US labs. They don't teach you in med school? Well, I feel like maybe in med school itself, maybe you wouldn't learn much, but during your residency, I feel like you would become super familiar with all of that, no? How do you feel about composite shots for 1v1 podcasts? I think they're better. For bridges, I'm considering ditching that wide completely, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Lead sheets usually just provide the chord progression and a riff or chorus destiny. Everything else is improv. I understand what you're saying, but like in common parlance, I don't believe that a lot of people in a jazz ensemble, maybe you'd pick this up by hearing it, but lead sheets are generally only given to like guitar players or bass players. Like I don't think a horn player, like I played saxophone. A saxophonist is not usually given like a lead sheet. Yeah, I'm just not, or if they are, I'm not familiar with it. I only know it because I was interested in all the other instruments and all that shit. Read YouTube chat. I read every chat, okay. Horn players get it for the head, I guess. Yeah, but I don't think we wouldn't even call it a lead sheet. It would just be like, we would just call it like a solo section. I don't even know why I'm pretending to be able to draw. I can't even draw that much of it. But like that, like seeing like seeing like stuff like this, like you would never be handed a sheet like this as a horn player. Whereas I think for bass, I think for like bass players or for guitar players, like I think you might get whole songs like this. I don't know if you normally get written melodies and everything for rhythm section. I play jazz trombone and I get that. No, you don't. You might have this for a solo section, but you're going to they're going to write out, there's a written song for you to play if you're a horn player. But usually real book standards are notated with a melody and chords on top right. Oh yeah, your real book will have, it'll have the chords written in, for sure. The real book will. But yeah. How into music were you before going into studying it? Not much at all, actually. It was like super random. I don't even know what happened. I think I watched Cowboy Bebop and I liked it, and then I started my freshman year of high school, which is pretty late for a lot of musical people. And then they gave me a few instruments to try, and I was like, the Cowboy Bebop saxophone, I want to do that. And that was my entrance into music, I guess. Yeah. Have you listened to Kendrick? I have not listened to the Kendrick Lamar album, no. What was you major first you said? True. Did you consider other fields also? What, for college? No, I think my casino job was going well enough, and like music is a nice emotional outlet for me. I don't have many of those, so it's like, oh, music is cool, why not? But I mean, I had interests all across like science and fucking your mom. How do you listen to Spotify on stream without getting DMCA? Does YouTube not care anymore? I don't know. I don't listen to it that much, and then when I do, I try to have it kind of quiet, but some days YouTube is like really aggressive on we detect copyright shit, and other times YouTube is like, we don't care at all. I don't know. What did you say was your original major? Oh, I always majored in music by the time I hit college. But my life was already like a little bit rough by that time. I mean, I shouldn't say that actually. I was kind of like living on my own, and high school didn't go too well for me. I didn't really get on my ACT, but my GPA, I'm pretty sure was below a 3.0. So I didn't get a full ride or anything to college, so I had to take out loans and try to live on my own. Or not with my own, technically it was with my girlfriend. Yeah, I don't know. I figured my life was kind of like meh at that point, so. My friend and I are debating whether or not the 50-30-20 budget plan is realistic in this economy. What do you think? Dude, let's see if I can guess what that means. 50-30-20. Is 50% rent, 30% bills, 20% recreation? Was your ACT like a 35? And my GPA, I think, was like, I feel like I probably say it different every time I say it. I'm pretty sure it was below 3. I think my GPA was like a 2.6 or 2.7, I think. It was really bad with a lot of AP courses. So that was like super upweighted. So my real GPA was probably like lower than that. or it would have been. I don't know how much they weighted the AP shit, but yeah. 30% rent, 20% savings, 50% needs. Wait, holy shit. Wait, what? Oh God, we got more middle classies in here. Oh no. If you had restarted your life, but you were diagnosed earlier with ADHD, how would your life look? I don't know. I probably would have gone into some scientific field, would be my guess. Probably research or something. What was your SAT? I never took the SAT. I just took the ACT once. How was your weighted so low if you took a lot of AP classes? Because I got like D's and C minuses and everything. I just sucked at like doing homework and shit. I just fucking hated it. I couldn't do it. Ooh. Did you ever consider majoring in math? No. I always liked science stuff more than math. In retrospect, how severe were your ADHD symptoms? I mean, I would say very severe, but you know. How did you suck it up and decide to drop out and go work full time? For school, because I was like starting to fail like the dumbest classes, like music history. I would end up missing a test because I was like working. I was supposed to be off by 6 or 6:30, but I would end up having to stay until like 8 or 8:30, and getting off work at 8:30 a.m. and then having to catch an 11 a.m. class with like a test, I would like oversleep and I would miss shit. And I would just be like, fuck me. And then eventually I was like, I have to just, because I have to basically, I have to weigh my music major with like my career at the casino. And it was pretty obvious that I don't know how likely it is to make a living off of music. So I opted to choose my job instead. What percentage of your annual income do you actually invest/save as a top earner? Honest to God, I don't think I'd be able to tell you. I basically save like all of my money. I'm either spending it on, I mean, I guess it's kind of a joke. I can spend it on work-related stuff. So like investing in the studio and everything downstairs, or buying like computer stuff for stream. But like, I would say that my biggest, vices, I don't know if you'd call it a vice, but like the thing that I waste money on or like recreationally spend money on is probably food. So like ordering my daily $15 hot chocolates, or like going out to eat. Those are basically my only vices. But otherwise, oh, and I guess now like clothes, I guess I've spent a few $1,000s on clothes. But other than that, I don't really, I don't really do anything. Do you do weed? No. I think that doing therapeutic drugs is good, and I think doing recreational drugs is fine. But if you're doing a recreational drug regularly, I think that's really bad. I think. Why don't you like to use big words? I'd like to convey an idea the simplest way possible. I don't know. If a big word is needed, then use big word. If no big word need, then use small word. Just as good. Do you spend it all? Surely not. No, I'm saying that that's all I spend my recreational money on. Everything else just gets thrown into my investment account. Yeah. Do you make more money now after the studio? Was the studio profitable? Maybe. It probably is because of the anything else. Patreon. But I like the Bridges product, so even if it was like a loss, I would still be happy with it. What's your lifetime percentage return on your long-term investments? More than 7%? It's pretty crazy, yeah. Is AE more profitable than Bridges? Yeah, AE makes way more money, but that's because because of Dan, he like aggressively paywalls stuff. And on Bridges, we don't really do that as much. Like if I had to guess, I think Bridges might make like $1,000 a month or something on Patreon. My lifetime return on my investments, the rate of return listed in Vanguard is 20.10%. Do you think that's like annualized, or do you think that's just like your total return, like of everything invested, how much you've gotten back? Why isn't Erudite in every Bridges episode? Sometimes I just really don't like her, and I say no. She lives in a few hours away, so sometimes for whatever reason she either can't drive down, or she might be stuck in Canada for some shit. So it just depends. But the rate of return for my portfolio is basically going to be whatever the market is, because all my shit is like basically ETFs. So I know you're half memeing about moving if Trump won, but assuming Democrats don't embrace the alternative left phases for the 2020 election, how likely is it that you will move? I don't know. The country is just like schisming in like the most insane ways possible. Like in ways that if I was still doing mushrooms regularly, I think I'd be worried that I was like losing my mind actually. It feels like thing after thing after thing is happening where like conservatives just truly don't give a fuck about any possible thing in the world. And it's just like a meme, like everything is a meme and everything is just whatever. And like all the accusations, I feel like it feels like it's been like the culmination of like the past decade of me saying shit where stuff has like come true in ways that are not nearly as satisfying as I would have hoped them to be. Like I remember arguing like 8 or 9 years ago, I think it was that long ago, about how like, oh, you guys would love Muslims. Like they're way more socially conservative. Like, I don't know why you guys hate them so much. And then like that happened over the past 2 years. All the people have been like, yeah, Muslims are actually based. Like Christianity is weak and gay and trans. And maybe that was 2020. Maybe not 8 years ago. Maybe it was like 4 or 5 years ago. And And just like, yeah, like if you guys had like these conspiracies happening on your side, I bet you wouldn't say shit. And obviously like the whole J6 thing is like just fucking crazy. The whole deep state stuff where Trump is the actual deep state with like Elon Musk, and where they're joking about him like buying MSNBC and they would actually support it. And they're okay with him like owning Twitter and like outright supporting Trump and having the PACs and like the foreign money and like the Silicon Valley billionaires. And like, it's just like, holy shit. Like all of these things are happening on the conservative side, but they legitimately just don't care. There's like no value there, or there's no values there. It's just like insane to me. Yeah, I don't know. Are you still holding CrowdStrike? Yeah, I think usually when I buy a meme stock, usually I hold it for a year so that it's only long-term capital gains tax. I've said that a lot, but that's truly a stupid way, even for a meme stock. I should have an exit if something goes high enough. Like if you have a stock that appreciates like 10% in a couple weeks, which I think my CrowdStrike did, that's probably a good exit. Just sell it and then buy something safe. Holding it longer than that seems kind of dumb, but yeah, I don't know. My CrowdStrike and Nvidia, they're both like up super big though. I mean, I guess the CrowdStrike paid off, right? Or it has. I don't know. Hopefully it continues to. Remember when we bought that? People hated us. Where are my tweets about the CrowdStrike shit? Oh, yeah, because it was below 400K. Now it's almost 700K. Did it outperform inflation? Yeah, for sure. I don't even remember when we bought this. August? Do you remember? August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. And this is appreciated almost 40%. At the very least, you should think of what percentage of your net worth you want to have in meme stocks max. Nah, I just buy whenever, basically anytime I make a new transfer from my bank to my Vanguard, I buy like a meme stock for fun on stream. But once I cash the meme stock out, that money always goes back into like broad, boring investment, some kind of ETF. Yeah, so it's not like I ever... Any updates on Mt. Gox? I thought I got like $1,000 back because it was like 3 Bitcoins. I thought they were going to value it at the current valuation, but fuck us, I guess. I'm so curious how much they made out with Mt. Gox, the owners, since they paid it out so late. Those Bitcoins like 50x'd in value? Or no, if they were worth $300 when Mt. Gox went under, and they're worth almost 100K now, 10x is 3,000, 100x is 30, like 300x in value. Holy shit. I saw your profile on Blue Sky. I found out about the app today. What are your thoughts? Are you moving to Blue Sky and abandoning X? Ever since that one guy told me reminded me of the Taliban community, I had said, this was like a month or two ago, I was like, I don't know if I can leave, because now there's not like an equivalent thing on, Blue Sky. And it sucks to like leave a big community behind, I think. Did Andrew Wilson pay up? Yeah, he did. How much Bitcoin did I lose? I'm out Gox. I think it was 3 Bitcoin a long time ago. But they were worth like $300 back then, so it wasn't as big of a deal. This is insane. Can somebody tell me what the fuck happened here that this guy didn't get knocked the fuck out? Like, does this guy just have like a fucking jaw of steel, or what the fuck?
Yeah.
He was locked in. It's actually harder to KO people than you realize. You got to hit the right spot. Really? I feel like any adult man, I feel like any, like, and by adult, I mean like 14 or 15 and older can knock somebody out. If you, I guess maybe you do just have to get lucky. Maybe I'm just really biased in terms of what I still remember that story of that, like, this little like 5'2" kid. I think he was a sophomore and Matt was a senior and he was like 6'4", and the little sophomore kid, he hit him well in the nose and he dropped him. Like, the guy collapsed. He didn't get knocked the fuck out. Like, he got up after in a few seconds, but he got dropped. Holy shit. But the fact that this guy, like, and it's not even like a, like, he has a wind-up time and everything. Like, and it looks like a decent hit, too. It's not like it missed or didn't connect well or it was, like, that's a big, that just seems like a big hit. Boom. And then this guy's like, oh, actually, wait, I wonder if it did get caught on the head. Even if I don't know, that just seems crazy to me. And the guy's just like not even affected. This guy must be playing League or something. Like he's ready to die. Because like, who gets, like, hold on. Who the fuck is this guy? Hold on. Because we've got, you're randomly fucking socked, okay, from the side right here. Then he's getting continually hit, okay? Like, so instinct here is to cover, and then, but gets up, turns around, and then starts fighting. What the fuck? Who is this guy? What's going on here? Is he like a competitive fighter? Is he having a bad day in bot lane? Or what the, I have no, that's just wild. He went full sicko mode. This is the guy who's like, I could kill a bear if one attacked me, and I really needed to go full sicko mode just one time. I really had to do it. Jesus. Or maybe, because I think about this too. You think differently when you're on stream. When you're like, fuck, if I'm on stream, do I really want to be a bitch? Do I really want to be a bitch on stream? Fuck no. He's like, because at first he's like, okay, oh shit, oh, okay, instant, cover the heck up. And then he's like, oh shit, what's chat gonna say though? What's chat gonna say if I just stay here and do nothing like a bitch? He's like, fuck no. For the chat, you gotta get up and do shit. Jesus Christ. Why did it happen? I don't know. There's a longer VOD, but I don't care because I don't know any of these people. What would you have done? I think because of the way that my audio is set up, I would have my microphones on, so I'd be able to hear him approaching from the left. I would wait for him to send his fist out, and then I would back up immediately. And then I would use a keto, like water, throwing his body off balance and using the weight of his fist to throw him forward through the window out of the house. Knockouts from blows to the head are caused by trauma to the brain. This guy streams Fortnite, so this doesn't apply. His head is solid bone. Based. Did you figure out your NVMe enclosure thing? Nope. Or I ordered 2 more, and we'll see how these work. I just keep buying. I will buy every fucking enclosure on Amazon until I find something that works. I ordered 3 of one thing, and then I just ordered 1 of another thing, because I'm tired of ordering 3 of a thing that doesn't work. But I bought 3 of these, because somebody said they worked in the Blackmagic forums, I guess. And then I don't know why I bought this now, because I was looking at this again this morning, like, wait, why did I get this? I ordered this, but I don't know how this is supposed to cool itself. But apparently the T9s work well with, but I don't know if this can keep itself cool enough. I'm not sure. Who knows? So I only got 1 of these. Why not just do the simple solution? Why bother with all the enclosure stuff when there's a much easier way to do what you're trying to do? Are you about to do a dumb meme? I found some with the same chip as the Asus one with the fans. Wait, where? Terror Explosion. Link. Terror Explosion. Did they already arrive? No, I think these come in 2 days or 4 days. Do you feel like you blow more money when you don't take your Vyvanse when it wears off? Do I feel like I blow more money? Than when you no. I don't think that matters. I think I started looking more at my income and I realized that I'm like, I make a lot of money. And I'm like, I probably just shouldn't give a fuck if I'm just like spending money on shit. Who the fuck cares? I'm fucking rich. Who cares? You can always buy really small Noctua fans. Maybe.
In Trump's cabinet now, it's effectively it's affirmative action for kooks.
Oh, good. Oh, wait, never mind. I think they said, the guy that I was talking to said they were trying to convince Sam to do more video stuff instead of just doing audio only. And that was a hard time to convince him to do that. I don't know if he's doing video stuff for his own content yet, but If it would move in that direction, it'd be good. I think people like video stuff more.
and grifters, right? It's just.
And have any of the people that supposedly care about the meritocracy or that are anti-woke, have you heard a single one of them?
Why don't you have a house on your wrist yet? I don't know. I just don't care about cameras at all. Or cameras. I don't care about watches at all. That Samsung one is the wrong type. That's an SSD, not an NVMe. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter as long as it can write data, right? I don't think it matters. Also, technically, NVMe is a type of SSD. I don't know. They're saying a non-NVMe or whatever, so. Was the Andrew Wilson bet? I think he bet for Kamala and I bet for Trump because he was willing to give me 2-to-1 odds on it, so. Wait, they didn't film when you were on Sam's podcast? Nope, it was audio only. It's really weird. I walked all the way to a studio to have a guy with a worse audio setup than me, who knew less about every piece of equipment there than me, to record something into a jankety fucking laptop that we had to restart twice. I was like, okay. I told him, I was like, I just recorded this at my house. And they're like, no. I don't blame them though, because I'm sure a lot of people say that and have like webcam mics or something. But yeah, it was really silly going into that environment. But no, there was no video. I don't think I've ever traveled to a studio before just to speak into a microphone as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nick! What do you mean, Nick?
Go away.
What do you mean, Nick? Get out! Get out!
Holy shit. Wait, her voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nick! What do you mean, Nick?
Go away.
What do you mean, Nick? Get out! Get out!
Oh!
Her voice. Does she sound like...
I could teach you how to do it.
I know how to do it.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
She kind of sounds like her, right? Is it the same region? Absolutely. Absolutely.
What did you say, Morris?
Bro, how is this guy tanking like so many shots to the side of the face?
Relax. Okay. What's the sucker that you been hitting myself? Oh, here we go. Fucking hell. Hitting. Really hitting. Yeah.
This is what mewing does? What the fuck, dude? Where does this guy stream on? That he's like regularly getting into fights on stream. And they're just like chill with it. Is this like a YouTuber or is this on Kick or? Mental hospital? Okay. We just fight a lot here. Nice. Okay, that didn't work. So it was a Zerka fight. I don't need to watch this podcast because Elon Musk told me Sam Harris is just actually not that smart. Based.
Leave myself endlessly disparaged by morons. And, you know, I heard the other day I was trending on X because Elon had attacked me, right? So, I mean, I've been off for 2 years and the guy still attacks me by name on the platform. So what am I to do about that? The best thing I can do is withdraw my attention from it. Now, it's not that I never go on myself.
I think this was a really good decision. I think that he realized that X is like a super negative platform and it wasn't doing him any good, like psychologically. So he just left. I think that's totally legitimate. I think it's totally fine. Destiny, this also has an ASM chip. Is it the same exact one as the other One, bro, I have 12 NVMe enclosures downstairs with 3 more on the way and then 1 SSD. Okay, I don't want to keep buying. I have so many enclosures. Like, is this the exact same one as the Asus one, or? Did you try setting up Tailscale instead? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What? Why do you need them all? I don't. Just they don't work, okay? I'm collecting Infinity Stone enclosures over here. Most people stop buying NVMe enclosures right before they find the perfect one. It has an ASM chip. Does it have the same ASM chip? Fuck it. I mean, I'll buy it. Fuck it. I'll buy one of them. Why not? Fuck it. Or put it in my cart if the other ones incoming don't work. Okay. The Asus one has AS Media ASM 2362. This one has AS Media 2464 PD. Is that better or worse, or why don't they work? The problem is that right now, when I plug these drives into my cameras, the cameras will write to them and they'll work. I can use them, but the camera cannot format the drive from the camera. I don't know why. I don't know what it. The only thing I can think of is if I swap the NVMEs into the old Asus enclosure, they can format them. But right now, if I try to format it using the Blackmagic cameras, it just hangs on the format screen. So I don't know what. It must have something to do with the controller. There must be some, either like this is like way too deep or specialized for me to understand, so I can only guess. But like there must be some. It's either backwards compatible or older architecture or standard or some way of accessing some part of the drive. I don't know if it would be like some boot sector manager or some type of way of communicating once a drive has been formatted, or to partition drives. There's something that these Blackmagic cameras cannot do with every enclosure I've bought except for the old Asus one. Why do you need the camera to format the drive? Can't you format externally? I can, which is what I do, but it's just nice to have the cameras do it. When the camera's formatted, I know that it's going to work 1,000,000,000% with no questions asked. I know that the cameras like automatically label the drives when you format them, so when I plug them into the computer, everything is just like, it's just very, yeah. Yeah, but what if you have faulty SSDs? No, because when I stick it back in the old enclosure, I can format it again, so. Destiny, I'm in disagreements. I have a question. You've spammed this 15 times in chat. Why not just say what your question is in chat? I would have seen it already. Jesus. Try formatting the drive on the new enclosures but connected to your PC. Yeah, it works there. Of course, I tried it. Hassan debating a Willy Mac React video.